Welcome to this presentation of UPSL Soccer Action, live on YouTube and presented by the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this UPSL Georgia Premier Division action right here on ASMG TV. It's Dalton United taking on Georgia Revolution here at Dalton High School. Larry Weaver bringing you all the action in today's matchup, and we have a really good, interesting matchup because we have two teams that are really not where they want to be in the table per se. We look at the table right now. You can see the Georgia Revolution, they're currently in 6th, Dalton United in 8th. Both of these two teams usually at the top of the table where that Kalanji Pro Profile and that North Georgia United and Lamino, Georgia are currently sitting. That's where they want to get back to. You can see that they really haven't had the best of runs so far in the matchup. Take a look at last week. You can see that Georgia Athletic defeated Fountain City FC 3-1. FC Birmingham with that 5-4 win over SSL FC. FC Columbus Elite losing to the Kalanji Pro Profile 5-1. Georgia Revolution getting back on track with that 4-2 win over UMA. Dalton United losing to Lamino, Georgia 3-1. That was a big result. You got to remember in that match that we covered here on ASMG TV, Dalton United squad were late getting to that match due to traffic, so they didn't have a lot of time in training, so they were a little off. They didn't have some of their stars in the lineup, and then North Georgia United defeating Albion SC 3-2. So it'll be interesting to see if this Dalton United team can get back in winning ways where they want to be. They've won the regular season title several times here in the Georgia Conference. We'll see if they can at least, it's not going to say that they're out of it yet, but they're definitely on the outside looking in with the likes of those top three, North Georgia United, Kalanji Pro Profile, and Lamino, Georgia. Lamino coming back into the Premier Division this season. It's been a few seasons since they've been in the Premier Division. They've been down in Division 1. North Georgia United with Coach K in the controls. He has really taken that team into a whole new dynamic in the last 2 seasons. Just about to get underway here at Dalton High School. Thank you for joining us here on ASMG TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe to get all of our content, live matches and interviews and highlights and all that fun stuff. Center official blows the whistle, and we are underway here at Dalton High School. Dalton United, they kick it off. They're in the black and red kits, moving from left to right. Georgia Revolution, they're in their white and red striped tops and blue shorts. They're moving from right to left, and we're already going to start off with a corner in the first 20 seconds for Dalton United. Remember, keep an eye on Dalton United. They are what I would call specialists when it comes to their throw-ins. Their throw-ins are almost like corners themselves. Here comes a in-swinger from Dalton United. Into the box, pushed away there by the keeper, and they'll do it all over again. Ning really had to come in there for Georgia Revolution to get that one right. Just kind of pushes it away because right there in the middle of the park, Leo Barajas was ready to head that one into the back of the net. So we'll go to the second corner, and we're only 1 minute underway. You can see the wind is whipping around quite a bit on this spring evening here in Dalton, Georgia. Here comes another in-swinger. This one's headed away, and it'll roll out, and it will be a throw for Dalton United, and you can see there goes number 25, Hernan Saldana. He is the one that has throws that are almost like throw-ins or like corners themselves. It comes from that long run up, whether it was over at Dalton Stadium or over here at Dalton High School. He is a specialist at this. Nice long throw in right into the top, cleared away by Georgia Revolution. Number 4, Lopez, he cleared that away, and this one finally just gets blasted out, and it'll be a throw in for Dalton, Georgia. So both of these two teams not really in their own right now when it comes to how they wanted to start their spring seasons, but this is only week 5 of 16 weeks. Here comes another throw in, this one from number 5, Frank Herrera, with a nice throw in. And that one is knocked away. Georgia Revolution. Georgia Revolution came a little light today. They had 14 that are there. They had 2 that were dealing with traffic, and we have a player down for Georgia Revolution right about 40 yards out. Didn't see exactly what happened. That came off of the ball. We'll see who that is. If you look at Dalton United, they played 3 matches. They're 1-1-1. You look at Georgia Revolution, they've played 3 matches. They're 1-2-0. Looks to be okay. Georgia Revolution man is going to be able to move on. Dalton United love to use movement through the back, let the defense dictate the shape. Look for a ball forward from time to time. In the past, they like to move the ball up the field rather methodically. Now they're looking for runners in the channel a little bit more often, now that they have the new leadership at Dalton United. Coach Kiko stepping away, Coach Gonzalez taking over the reins at Dalton United. That pass cut off. Quickly trying to switch play is Georgia Revolution. Trying to use that far side channel and just cut off. Nothing that Scarrett could do. He was trying to get to that ball, and Saldana just allowed that ball to be assisted out for a goal kick. First one for the day for Mendez. Nestor will take the time to survey, and he'll just elect to do it short. That one deflected right off the Georgia Revolution man. It'll be a throw. You look at kickoff weather for tonight, 72 degrees, absolutely beautiful. About a 6-mile-an-hour wind. A little cloudy today. It's gusting to 10. No rain in the forecast for the remainder of this match, so we'll be able to get this match in no problem. Closing down on Yang. He had to release it, able to do so in through Georgia Revolution, or Dalton United, excuse me. They're looking for somewhere forward. Keep an eye on the fact that they have the Golden Boot leader currently, Jip Van de Essen, with his 6 goals so far this season. But he's starting to get competition. Going back to Martinez, he's going to elect to go all the way back to his defender. Little bit of a stumble and a foul, and that definitely is a foul there. Good call there by the center official. You saw just a little bit of a clip of the foot as the Dalton United man was trying to go through. You can see Chury and Van de Essen over the ball. I would think Van de Essen will be the one to take this. Dutchman lays off. He moves forward, receives it. That one deflected off of the defender. Into the box for Dalton, but just easily grabbed there by Nyang. Keeper throws it out, back underway. Bit of a deflection, but right back to. They lose it yet again. Back and forth here in the midfield. Both teams struggling to maintain possession there. Trying to thread that needle down the near channel, not going to be able to do so. It'll go out for a throw for Dalton United. Again, thank you for being here with us at Dalton High School, Dalton, Georgia. Larry Weber here bringing you all the action. Had another, that's that same player that went down a little bit ago for Georgia Revolution. Center official calls for the trainer to come on. Center official for today, Carlos Rondon. His ARs, William Green and Tristan Armstrong. And fourth official over there, Silvio Carranza. Thank our referees for their hard work today. It looks like he's holding his right ankle. Talking to, we already have a substitute ready to go, and that's Atencio, number 7, who's going to be coming off. And he's going to be replaced by number 9. And that's going to be a substitute in the 9th minute. So keep an eye on that. If you're new to the UPSL, each team can make 7 substitutions per match. Number 9 is going to be replacing ball forward for Dalton, cut off by Georgia Revolution. Battle that out, will be a throw though. Dalton back underway here. 10 minutes in, 0-0, Dalton United and Georgia Revolution here at Dalton High School. This is technically a makeup weekend for the Premier Division. Second week for the Division 1 in UPSL Georgia Conference. This will be the only match in the Premier Division tonight. There are 3 matches tomorrow. We'll be bringing you 2 of those. Good ball down the near channel here to Damian. He lays it over to, and one times it from Churi. But that ball is just a little too far for Damian to get to, and it rolls out for a goal kick. Good idea there from Dalton. Churi just looking to try to one-time that ball forward to let Damian run onto it. It was just a little too far for him. Good press there by Dalton, but Georgia Revolution, they see it coming. Again, Georgia Revolution work out of the press, but there's just nobody there for him. So it goes right to Mendez. He'll take his time, move back about 10 yards. Give it to his defender. Saldana now. thought about switching play, elects to go back to Mendez. Mendez surveys the field, goes right back to Saldana. He's going to look to go long. Gets it through. Damian is on. He's into the box. Slides it across to Van Essen. He tries to get fancy with it, but not able to sneak that by Niang. Ball was a little bit behind Van Essen when he received it, so he tried to get a little cheeky with it, wasn't able to get it on frame. Allowed Niang to control it. That pass was a little too strong to Barajas, but look at that, just cut that pass right off. Was Dalton United. Now they're again on the attack, finding gaps in the midfield, but not being able to get that final third right so far. Nice long ball sent out from Niang. Didn't get it to a teammate, but it somehow finds its way there. Good control there. Adiambo through center circle. Trying to one-time it, was able to do so. Lays it off to the outside, and that ball's just a little too far, and it's out for a throw. That one just a little too far away for the on-runner. Working that far side, it's out. It will be a throw. Georgia Revolution, they started the season with a 0-0 draw to Pachuca. Were able to then get another draw against Potros, 2-2. Last week, they got their first win of the season against UMAFC at home. Dalton United, they started out with a blistering pace, 6-0 against FC Columbus. Second week, they had the 0-0 draw with Albion SC Atlanta. And then last week, we brought you the defeat against Lamino, Georgia, 3-1. So if there's either team is on the front foot, it would be Georgia Revolution, and they're in the box, slide it across, one times it in the back of the net. There's the goal and the opener for Georgia Revolution. 1-0 for the away fans. And just like that, take a look at the replay again. You see a beautiful ball down here on the near line, moving forward. Adiambo lays it off. Great run from number 14, Scarrett, and he slots it in right into the middle of the box, and it's just put away there into the back of the net for the 1-0 lead. That goal coming in the 16th minute. Dalton wanting to get back quickly. Here at ASMG TV, we always like to say #response time, usually within that first 5 minutes. And there's some nasty little pushing and shoving between the two men. Number 21, Adiambo, and I believe that's number 3, Hugo Martinez. Center official, yes it is. Center official just coming over and just having a little talk with them. Just calm them down. Back underway, headed away by Dalton. Good to see no cards issued there, as we're only in the 18th minute. That one straight up into the air. That goal really just kind of coming out of nowhere for Georgia Revolution. See another player going down there. Foul is going to be issued. That'll be a foul given to Georgia Revolution. And it looked like Kazu, number 15, he just kind of impeded the Revolution player from getting any advantage on the play. Working that ball down the far channel. Dalton able to relieve a little bit of the pressure, gets all the way back to center circle, but we're right back forward. Another beautiful ball forward, that time able to knock it out. And that goal was scored by number 9, the substitute for number 7, Atencio. This will be a deep throw into play, moving around, but Mendez is going to be there. So that goal coming in the 15th minute for number 9. Dalton United. Foul committed. They'll get a free kick here. Didn't get that pass exactly right, but gets it all the way back to Mendez, so no harm, no foul. In more ways than one. Revolution trying to quickly attack again. Back to the edge of center circle for Georgia Revolution. That ball, a little bit of a deflection. Good ball to keep in from number 21, Adiambo, but he rifled that right to Mendez, the keeper for Dalton United. And it will be worked down that far line, but it gets right back to that Georgia Revolution defense. Dalton United just struggling to maintain possession. Be a foul. the 2 8s, Ramirez and Deduck. Deduck being the aggressor there, has the foul committed. Now trying to work something down the line. Barajas. It's going to deflect off of Lopez and out for a corner for Dalton United. Been a while since we've had a corner. Churi coming up to take this. You can see a little bit of that gusting wind on the pitch here in the Dalton High School complex. Be an in-swinger. Here we go. All the way to the back post, bouncing around, and it's out. It'll be another corner. That one trying to head it down was Saldana, number 25. And Hernan just deflected it off of the Revolution man, and we'll get to do this all over again, this time on the far side. Same in-swinger. This one high in the air, headed down. Good save by the keeper. Young had to get low, paw that one off the line. Saldana, he receives it, hits it. He's called a foul. Foul called. Take a look at the save here by Nyang. You see as this ball comes in from Churi, it's a good ball right into the middle of the box. And headed by Hugo and just saved there. I can't tell if it was so much Nyang or if it was the defender who kicked it away. Nonetheless, it was a good save by Georgia Revolution because Martinez, number 3, had a good hit on it. Ball had eyes for the back of the net. .25 in, Georgia Revolution 1, Dalton United 0. That goal coming in the 15th minute from Georgia Revolution. Able to locate that Voigt ball. Voigt, the official match ball sponsor of the UPSL. Voigt also the match ball sponsor of Liga MX down in Mexico, as well as many other leagues. Multi-season sponsorship of Voigt. Very happy to have them come on board. The goal scorer for Georgia Revolution, Jeffrey Anyando, number 9, is what we are being told. Had to control that ball, give it back to Martinez. He goes back to his defender, Saldana. Saldana, he's going to lay it back off. And they are going to work it over here to the near side, able to keep it in. A little one-time back and forth. Damian now, he's trying to find space. Nice shot. Great save, though, by Nyang. Now on the attack again. Georgia, that one just behind Anyando. Number 14, Scarrett, was trying to get that ball for an on-runner for the goal scorer, and Yondo, it was just, unfortunately, it was behind him. Foul there. 28th minute, Georgia Revolution 1, Dalton United 0. Hope you're enjoying everything that you're seeing right here on ASMG TV, wherever you are. 6 o'clock here on the East Coast. If you're like our good friend, Mr. Andrea, over in Italy, it's about midnight over there, so hope Andrea is enjoying his nightcap. Good little flick forward there from Georgia Revolution. Anyando, he sends it forward. Nestor thought about it, clears it. That was almost very, very, very dangerous for Dalton United. Foul. Cut that pass off was Georgia Revolution. Saldana had to get that right, was able to do so. Kazoo taking on 2 men at the same time, and he cannot keep it. There's going to be a foul. And this time, going to have a talking to from center official on that foul. Number 12, David. Take a look at that foul. You can see here, trying to work down that far line, receives it, and he just gets basically shoved off the ball. Good elbow into the gut. Taking a moment to maintain composure. Number 20, Wokacha. This one's close to 35 yards out, about 34 yards out. Plenty of space to get the ball up and down. Let's see if he can get it to a teammate forward in the box. Good ball. Punched away by Mendez. Right back in control of Georgia Revolution for a second. Good battle there with number 7, Damian of Dalton United. And he'll earn a throw for Dalton United. Quickly taken. I don't even think that ball got into play there. We'll see if they consider that an illegal throw or if they're going to allow him to take it again. It looks like they'll allow him to take it again. Sent way forward by Georgia Revolution. Nestor's going to have to go all the way back in the box to be able to control that ball. If you can see it on your screens, it's a gray line that outlines the box for Mendez and for Niang. There's also that gray line is on the sidelines for the touch line. Oh, there's a missed pass there with Georgia Revolution on the attack. Lay it off. Battling to try to control it, not able to do so, but goal scorer is able to work and get a throw for Georgia Revolution. Adhiambo had trouble controlling that as it came across over to him. But Ayando did enough to earn a throw for Georgia Revolution. Good chest down, one-timed, pulled that wide. Good thought there from the Revs. The men from McDonough, Georgia, made the trip up here, the 2-hour drive to Dalton United. Some teams have a pretty extensive trip. Farthest trip today has to be in the Division I conference, down in the division, in the South Division. FC Birmingham's U23s having to travel 5 hours over to take on Middle Georgia. Coming all the way from Birmingham, Alabama. Be another throw for Dalton. This will be a perfect opportunity to see Saldana come over and use his specialty. They elect to just go short. Van de Essen tried to sneak that one through, cleared away. Martinez is going to control it. Van de Essen, one-timed. Bouncing off of his shoulder. Going to call it a handball. He's not happy with that call. He's going to earn a yellow card for dissent in the 34th minute. So first yellow of the day comes to number 9, Jip Van de Essen, in the 34th minute. And like I said, as of right now, Jip is in the lead of the Golden Boot with 6 goals. Usman Fall from SSL has 5, along with Ronald Maradiaga with 5 from North Georgia United. UMA's Davis Knight and Ethan Ruiz from Georgia Athletic both have 4. Another long ball attempt there by the Revs, and it goes out. It'll be another goal kick. And for the Revs, this can be however they want to play it, because if it goes out, it just wastes time. If they make it, it's a good advantaged opportunity. It's going to be on Dalton United to equalize this match and make it a little bit more interesting. Lay this ball off and let it. Player from the back come up, take it, back underway here in the 36th minute. Knocked out, be throw for Dalton. We go back and forth. Hernan will get us back underway. That's headed forward in advantage for Dalton. They just can't control it. Damian knocks that out. Will be a throw for Georgia Revolution. Dalton United really struggling to maintain possession here in the first half. Georgia Revolution, yet again, tried to one-time that one. It's going to get knocked out. Had a little bit of a deflection as it got to the Revolution man, and he wasn't really able to get a good swing at it. Trying to quickly move forward is Dalton. That one will be a throw for the Revs. Lopez get us back underway. That one will find its way all the way through. Out for a goal kick. Again, you're watching UPSL Georgia Premier Division action right here on ASMG TV. This is week 5 of the Georgia Premier Division Conference. We have 4 matches tomorrow. This is our only match for tonight. Tomorrow at 2 o'clock, Potros will take on Albany and SC Atlanta. At 4 o'clock, UMA will take on Fountain City FC. And we'll bring you at 5 o'clock, North Georgia United taking on FC Columbus Elite up at Riverbend Park, just a few miles away from where we're at tonight. And then at 6 o'clock, FC Birmingham taking on Kalanji Pro Profile over at Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama. That's going to be a fun one to watch. Foul committed by Dalton. Gives another opportunity for Georgia Revolution. This one's right about 35 yards out. Almost exactly where it was just not that long ago. About 34 again. Yeah, it's almost identical to the foul that they had a few minutes ago. Into the box. Headed down by Saldana and cleared away by Martinez. And we'll do it again. This will be a throw. A lot of throws here this first 45 for both teams. Back underway. Good ball forward from Saldana. Damian's got it. Gets through 2 men. Cannot get through the third, but it's going to be a foul. He does earn the foul, and he does earn a yellow card. Not sure. I believe he issued that. Center official submitted that to number 24. So a yellow card issued to both teams, one for each team. In the 34th minute, Jip Van de Essen received one for dissent. And then that one, I believe, was number 24, Robinson. Here comes all the way through into the arms of Nyong. Good work out of the back by Georgia Revolution here. Battling between the two players. Dalton has it. And earns the foul as the advantage was played for Churi, number 11. As he was really being accosted there. Back underway quickly. Working down the near line. Both players there for a moment weren't quite sure who had possession in it and if it was in. Called the corner for Dalton. I believe this is the 5th corner of the day for Dalton. Chury coming up to take this one. Again, be another in-swinger here on the near side. Into the box. That one almost making it all the way in. Young having to jump up and push that one away. Down from that attempt while we check on him and make sure he's okay. Look at the replay here. It's a beautiful ball into the box. Looks like it potentially bounced off of the top bar on his initial jump, Young's, but it's going to be a throw. Saldana's up to make this throw. Like I said, expect this almost like a corner. Good ball into the box, just hanging in the air, punched away by Young. That one just wasted by number 8, Ramirez. Just doesn't get that one on frame properly. Take a look at this again. You see this beautiful ball into the box. It just kind of holds up in the air from Saldana and punched away beautifully. And just not able to get that ball transitioned from his right to his left. Jurgen Ramirez, and it's going to be blasted out, be a goal kick. So we enter the 44th minute. We'll see how many extra minutes we'll receive. That one will be a throw for Georgia Revolution. No foul. That ball sent forward. Here's an opportunity. Cleared away. Not able to control that in, and that'll roll out for a goal kick for Dalton United. Again, an absolutely stunning day here at Dalton High School. Sun beginning the process of setting. Throw in for the Revs. Just doesn't get that one right. We'll go ahead and just see that one out by Martinez. Give Mendez a free goal kick. Nice long ball forward for Dalton. Able to keep that on frame. Knocked out. Will be a throw. Again, this is where it gets interesting. Saldana, he's ready for the throw. Good ball into the box, but right into the hands of Nyang. He goes down just to kill a few seconds before he throws it out. Dalton, they have possession. Martinez is going to send it long. And a foul is going to be committed there. And that foul, honestly, really unnecessary from the Revolution man, as he had positioning on the Dalton United man. As you see him pleading his case, we'll take a look at it again. You can see as this ball comes forward from Martinez on the run, he's got the position and he just extends that arm, and he's going to get called for the foul, and he's going to give Dalton a really good opportunity here. Be a three-man wall for the Revs. This is just about 21 yards out. Van de Essen and Churi over the ball. I would assume it would be Van de Essen that's going to take this. You see, as that defender went all the way back to the post, everybody from Dalton, and it's going to be Churi. The captain's going to take it, deflect it off, be another corner. I believe this is number 6. As we're 3 minutes into stoppage time, I would probably assume this is probably going to be the last attack of this first half. Another in-swinger from the captain. Into the box, headed in! And that it is it from Dalton United. Hernan Saldano with the equalizer in stoppage time to make it 1-1. Dalton United and Georgia Revolution. You see this perfect ball, and Hernan gets a little bit of a space, heads that down and into the box. Nothing that Nyang can do there. 1-1. And that literally comes at the end of the first half. We go into the locker rooms with the score 1-1 between Dalton United and Georgia Revolution. 1-1. Really interesting first 45. The goal scorer for Georgia Revolution, number 9, Anyando, coming in the 15th minute. Hernan Saldana being the goal scorer for Dalton United in the 49th minute. Substitution for number 7, Atencio, in the 7th minute. It was Anyando who came in for him and did score that goal. There's going to be yellow cards issued to Jip Van de Essen in the 34th minute for Dalton. In the 40th minute, Robinson, number 24, for the Revs. That's where we're going to end it for the first 45. We're going to step away for a few minutes, take an opportunity to get yourself a beverage and a snack, and we'll give you the second half of Dalton United, Georgia Revolution. Don't go away, everybody. We'll be back in a few moments. Welcome back here to Dalton High School. Dalton United 1, Georgia Revolution 1. Larry, we were bringing you all the coverage here for ASMG TV. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's going to be Georgia Revolution that are going to get us underway here in the second half. They're going to be moving from left to right in the white and red striped tops, blue shorts. Dalton United in the black and red kits, moving from right to left. Thank you for watching all this coverage for the UPSL Georgia Conference right here on ASMG TV. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can pick up all of our mid-week content that includes interviews, highlights, podcasts, and all that other fun stuff that we love to do for you here at ASMG TV. We're kicked off for the second half. Quickly trying to get on board is Georgia Revolution. There's going to be a foul, but still underway. It's still going to be possession of the Revs. Dalton receives it back. Saldana is going to be able to get there just before. One update that we got over the halftime break, the goal scorer for number 9 was updated. Number 9 for Georgia Revolution was updated. Number 9 is Michael Asea. So the information that we had for number 9 was incorrect. Michael Asea is the goal scorer for the Revs. Trying to get that ball forward to him. Not able to do so. Green trying to get that ball forward. That ball somehow just went straight down. Nwakocha goes down right in the box. You can also see number 15, Kazu, trying to work on his boot. Take a look at the transaction that happened between those two. You see this ball from Green, and it just kind of stops. And he tries to hit it kind of at the same time. I think they just kind of connected either boot to shin or boot to boot. And I believe that it's just going to be a drop ball to either a drop ball or, a drop ball for Dalton. Saldana will take it for them. Get back underway here in the 48th minute. Again, this is the only match of this Saturday for the UPSL Georgia Premier Division. As this technically is a bye week for the Premier Division. We have Division 1 action going on. We have 4 matches for Premier tomorrow. We'll bring you 2 of those 4. We do know that down in the Division 1, we know of 2 results. Georgia Impact defeating North Georgia United 2 by the score of 3-1. Atlanta Ignite and Atletico Buford, they end the match 2-2. Kazu goes down, but that ball's out for a throw. That one will find its way out for a goal kick. Again, in the Division 1, there are 20 teams, so the division is split into two, a north and a south sector. In the south today, they had Augusta soccer team taking on Georgia Revolution's U23s. AFC Lightning was taking on Lamino Georgia 3. Let's see if we can't get results for those. Middle Georgia at home to FC Birmingham's U23s. And just kicked off, Albion SC Atlanta U23s taking on FC Atlanta. The north side had 5 matches today. Here's Jip Van de Essen. He's got a chance. He takes a shot. Back of the net for Jip Van de Essen. And just like that, Dalton United back on top, 2-1. What a quick transition for Dalton United. Look at this ball all the way forward. Jip gets past 2 defenders, heads it down, and calm as you would like it, slots it in the back of the net, extends that golden boot lead as it's now Dalton United 2, Georgia Revolution 1. That ball coming in the 51st minute. Just a perfect ball forward as he just splits the defenders. A man from the Netherlands with great ball control, heads it straight down in front of him, controls it, and just calm as he's done it time and time again, just slots it home for the goal and the lead for Dalton United. Ooh, good cut there. Turn. Kazu gives it off one time. Give and go from Van de Essen. But here's an opportunity for Georgia Revolution. Can they counter? Oh, and that one just behind him. And he just doesn't get that one right. Goes out. Be a throw for Dalton. Adiambo just... I think he was up 2 mines there. You see here, this ball, it's a perfect ball forward from Georgia Revolution. He's onside. And he slides it across, and he wasn't quite sure if he wanted to hit it with his left or his right. A little bit of a delay before he finally decided he wanted to hit it with his left, and by then, it was too late. He will want that one back. I have to think about that on the drive home to McDonough, Georgia. In that Division I North, we told you about Georgia Impact, North Georgia, and Atlanta Ignite and Atletico Buford. It's Dalton looking for somewhere to go. Knocked out for a throw. There's 3 other matches today in the North. Club the Strongest Los Tigres taking on Atlanta Fire United. Scenic City Soccer Club up in Chattanooga welcoming Dalton United 2. And Alpharetta FC taking on Lamino Georgia 2. Here comes Saldana Hernan ready. Going to have a little bit of a conversation in the box between the players and the center ref. He's asking them to come on over. Let's have a chat. Looks like Kazu from Dalton. I can't see who it was for the Revs. Just saying, all right, we're not going to have that anymore. There's Kazu and number 19, Dixon, who were having disagreement there in the box. Here comes Hernan's throw. Laced into the goal. Headed! And that one finds its way through. I believe they called a foul. Be a substitution for Revs. Adhiambo is out. He is replaced by number 23, Roar. It's a 55th minute that 21, Adhiambo, goes out. And it looks like it was Dixon who went down injured. He's okay. Closing the space there was Dalton United. Revs able to release. Kind of passes it to himself. Let the on-runner come on. Mendez had to get that right. He comes all the way out, about 30 yards out of his goal to head that one away. Good ball across and just knocked away by Dalton. Still in play, though. Deflected. Dixon able to head it back forward, but it's going to be cleared away by Dalton. Now Dalton feeling themselves into this match now. Ooh, good ball forward. But it's going to be Green that gets there in front of Damien to control it for the Revs. They're able to control that pass that got over the head of the midfielder. All the way back to Nyung. He's going to look around, just give it off to his center back. Trying to work through the middle of the park. He goes down, but still in possession is the Revs. Newly entered. Roar is going to go back to the defense. Green surveying. He'll send it long again. This one down the far channel. Able to control it. Keep it in. That one is deflected, but still in possession, and Dalton United are going to come away with it for now. Martinez having to work for it. He's going to lose it. But Dalton somehow are able to get it out of the box. But Revs recycling another attack. Dixon. That one took an interesting path into the box, but cleared away. Dixon deflects that, and it'll be a throw for Dalton. Another update across the wire. And this one will be in the Division 1 South. AFC Lightning 2, Lamino, Georgia 3-1. Lamino, Georgia 3 losing their first match of the campaign against Columbus Knights pretty significantly. Lost that match 10-1. So they not started off the campaign on the right foot like their top team, the Premier Division, Lamino, Georgia. Here's an opportunity for Georgia Revolution as that one bounced past Martinez, but not able to control it is Asea, and it allows it to get to Mendez, the Dalton keeper. See, Mendez held on that ball for a little bit of time. It'll be interesting to see if this newly goalkeeper rule goes into effect. Jeff Van de Essen trying to do it all by himself, finally taken off by Dixon. Kazoo! It deflects off and in the back of the net. What a goal for Dalton United. Van de Essen did the work, and it allows Kazoo to come in and finish the deed. Take a look at this work here. Gets the ball off of Dixon, and Kazoo just rips it, deflects, and in the back of the net for a 3-1 lead. Whatever Coach Gonzalez spoke to the team about at halftime has really got Dalton United moving in the right direction, as it's now 3-1. That ball is knocked out. It will be a goal kick. Take a look again at this, because you can see it almost considered a foul right there as he pushes off. And then into the back of the net. Dixon wanted a foul because he felt that that was a push off. Nevertheless, it is 3-1. The UPSL does not have VAR. You only see the VAR up in the upper leagues. There's going to be a foul committed, and that foul is going to be called on Dixon. Dixon is going to receive a yellow card and is forcefully told to head to his side of the pitch by our center official, Carlos Rondon. I'll show you a recap of that foul. You see Dixon, as he moves forward here, gets past one man, tries to get around the second, Saldana, and he's called because he kind of kicks out there at the end. He knows that he's beat by Saldana, and as kind of Saldana's going down, there's a bit of a kick out from Dixon, and that's how he earns the yellow card. I can see that somewhat split in the chat between those watching whether they felt that that was a foul on Dixon or not that led to that goal from Kazoo. That one is deflected off. That should be a corner for Dalton, and indeed it is. Pretty sure there hasn't been a corner for the Georgia Revs so far in this match. This has got to be at least number 7 for Dalton United. Stand up. Body language. Here comes the in-swinger. Cleared away by the Revs. Controlled by the captain. He's trying to work around 2 men, able to do so. Headed and off the post. Kind of made that out of nothing. Damian with a header. Almost say he should not have had that opportunity. Bit of an opportunity there. The defense for the Revs kind of fall asleep. You see this turn into the box, just unmarked, and it bounces off the post and out for a goal kick. Back underway. Kazoo, number 15. He's got an opportunity, slides it across. Knocked out. Be Be a throw for the Revs. Or I'm sorry, for Dalton, excuse me. Saldana, he's lined up for that long throw again. And he pushes that one in, and that one is headed away. It'll be a foul committed by Dalton. Bit of a deflection, but still in control by the Revs. Good press. Oh, and that one bouncing off the post. Almost own goal there. Decent ball forward, but it's going to harmlessly roll out for a throw for Dalton. Dalton with the long throw. Revs get us back underway. Dixon going back to Roar. He's going to switch play. Trying to work down that far channel. Deflected off of Barajas and quickly taken. Now trying to attack quickly is Dalton. Van de Essens takes 2 men on, gets that ball forward. A foul going to be committed by number 4, Lopez. Can see the dissent by some of the fans in the chat for the Revs. Feel like some of the calls have not been going their way the last few minutes of this second half. Everything can change in a matter of seconds here in the UPSL Georgia Conference. It's only 2 goals. We still have about 22 minutes and change, plus whatever stoppage time we receive. Plenty of time for the Revs to equalize this match. Cleared away by the Revs. Dalton United come over here to the near side with Saldana. He sends it forward to Van de Essen. Taken off of him by the Revs. Now the Revs trying to get through and lose it right at center circle. But really putting pressure on him. Gets it to Van de Essen, but Dixon is able to help clear that ball out. They get that pass cut off. Kazoo. Lose possession. Revs now. Moving forward. Working down this near channel. Good ball across. Oh, and it hits the American football bar and out for a goal. Well, he's going to call a corner, I believe, is what the center, is that what he's calling? Or, no, he's calling the, I was believing that that should be a goal kick, and indeed that's what it is. Because you take a look at this really quick, you can see this is a great ball from Georgia Revolution. If this could have been on frame, this was easily 2-3. And that one, he just had too much of it, got it up in the air. That one, they called offside. Excuse me, called offside. That one, man, if that was onside, that was the one to get them right back into this match. '71st minute, Dalton United 3, Georgia Revolution 1, here at Dalton High School in Dalton, Georgia. Larry Weaver bringing you all the action of today's contest. As the sun sets on this beautiful Saturday night, 72 degrees, the wind gusting a bit, and there's going to be a foul committed and a yellow card coming out. Oh, it's going to be a red card. A red card issued. A red card issued. And that red card is being issued to number 14, Scarrett, in the 71st minute. Straight red to Scarrett. And it's called because as they jumped for the ball right at half line between Martinez and Scarrett, Scarrett extending his elbow into the throat of Martinez, and that is why he's given the red card. So straight red issued to violent conduct to Scarrett, number 14, and that is why the Revs are going to have to play the remaining 18 minutes plus stoppage time down a man. It's good to see Martinez is up, but it's going to be a red card issued. The coach is going to get a yellow card for his dissent. Coach Morrison not happy with the judgment coming from Carlos Rondon, our center official. Looking back at the replay here on the local monitor, we could see that it was the jump with the extended elbow is why that was called. Right now, Martinez is off the pitch recovering, so both teams are playing down a man, and there's another foul that was quickly taken. And a red card going to be issued to, I believe that red card is issued to Damian, number 7. Me oh my, we have a lot going on in a short amount of time. Red card issued to number 7, Damian, in the 74th minute. Straight red. So now we're down to 10 men on both sides. A yellow card was issued to a Revolution man. Let's see if I can verify who was the yellow card issued to. And the reason why Damian was issued the red card is he was fouled, and he just stands up and just blasts the ball towards the goal. He was taken down by Green, and it was because he aimed it at Green. Green moves his head to miss getting hit. It's Green who gets the yellow card in the 74th minute. But a red card issued to Damian because of the fact that he aimed that at Green. Definitely a loss of discipline there. Shot taken off the bar. Still in control and cleared. It's gotten spicy here in Dalton High School. Red card issued in the 71st minute to Scarrett, number 14 for the Revs for violent play. Then in the 74th minute, number 7, Damian, getting a red card for Dalton United for trying to have a head shot from just kicking the ball at Green, number 3, because he was upset about the foul. So both teams playing a man down for the remainder of this match. Dalton United currently up 3-1. And the goals coming in for Dalton, they were able to get the draw, equalize 1-1 at right before half from number 25, Hernan Saldana. Michael Asea was the first goal scorer in the 15th minute for the Revs. Jip Van de Essen scored in the 51st minute, and then Kazoo scored in the 60th minute. Kazoo has possession. See if this match settles down or if it's going to continue to heat up, because we are already got the Scoville units up. It has gotten spicy. Revs looking for a path into the box. Tried to lay that pass off, and it gets deflected. Dalton tried to clear it, but the Revs have it. Looking to switch the play through center circle. Able to get it forward. Shot taken, but it bounces right into Mendez's possession. Rolls it out to Martinez, who's come back in since that injury. Green gets the possession back for Revs for a moment. That one hit high into the air. Trying to control it. Wanted the foul, got the foul. It's going to be a good opportunity. And Saldana is going to be lucky if he doesn't get a yellow card for that ball wasting opportunity there, as he just dribbles the ball away from the the Rev player, as he's trying to collect it. This ball's about 34 yards out. We have 2 substitutions ready to go for Dalton. Looks like we have 1 for the Revs. And it's going to be Jurgen Ramirez, the captain, who's going to be coming out for, or I believe it's Churi that's the captain. Jurgen Ramirez was the captain last season for Dalton United. Martinez's day is done for Dalton. He's going to be replaced by number 10, Rene Real. I believe Deduck, number 8, is who came off for the Revs. Here comes the ball. A little too far. And that one's going to bounce out. Will be a goal kick. That one just had a little too much on it from Robinson. We're in the 81st minute. Dalton United holding on to a 3-1 lead. We've got red cards issued to both sides. Don't forget, for you viewers at home, here in the UPSL, if you're issued a red card, not only do you have a suspension, but you're also going to have a monetary fine that will have to be paid before you can come back after your suspension. That ball's got eyes just bouncing around in there. Gets it back. Shot taken! Oh, it hits the post! Great shot there by the... That was newly entered Roar. He came in not that long ago. And you see him go down. You can't believe he missed that, because he absolutely puts one through the laces. He's about 30 yards out. You see this ball, he receives it, and he just lays through it, and it hits that side post. Here's going to be a corner for the Revs. Kind of feel like this is their first one. Here comes the in-swinger. And it bounces around. And it's knocked out, and they'll get to do it again. Bit of a mistake there by Jurgen Ramirez. Doesn't clear it properly. He was looking like he wanted to head that to the keeper, Mendez, but Mendez was not on the same page. Here comes another in-swinger. This one a little bit shorter, cleared away by Saldana. Allows the Revs to control it. Darkness is starting to fall. The lights really showcasing the field here at Dalton High School. Headed down, still in control. Green able to get that pass. Van de Essence takes it off of the Revs, but Green is there to just blast it out for a throw for Dalton United. Another substitution for Dalton. That'll be the end of play. It looks like that's Leo Barajas' end of the day. Revs trying to get that ball forward into an attacking position. Dalton United thinking otherwise. Van de Essen is going to work down that far line, lay it off to David. He's going to go back to the defense. Now send it long over here to the near side. Kazoo controls it, lays it off. Ramirez goes centrally. David lays it over to Churi. Up to Van de Essen, but he's not ready for that. Doesn't get that turn and drive into the box at the same pace as that pass. Allows Nyong to send it out. Dalton still with control, taking off of the ball. Good stop there. Pass wasn't the perfect, but still in control is the Revs through center circle. A little bit of a give and go. Lay it off to number 16, Palencia. Deflected. Dalton controlling those tight spaces. Get it forward. Churi now. The captain gives it to Jip. Jip gives it to Ramirez, and he gives it back to Saldana. He's going to go all the way back to the center back. Over to the far side. This Dalton United squad will utilize that defense for possession if you allow them to. The Revs looking to press because they need to get some goals and they need to get them quickly. Green's going to give it back to Nyong, and he absolutely mistimes that clearance, and it's going to roll deep in their third for a throw for Dalton United. This is going to give an opportunity for Saldana to move up from that defensive position with that laser beam of a throw. Here in the 86th minute. And there are times where Saldana should give a clinic on how to do this, because this ball is going to be a laser beam into the box. Headed straight up in the air by Van de Essen. Both teams kind of lay off of trying to grab that, not wanting to foul each other. The captain tries to get around the two men, knocked out. Be a goal kick for the Revs. 87th minute, Dalton United 3, Georgia Revolution 1. Both teams with a red card. A win here will see Dalton United temporarily jump all the way up to 4th place. Georgia Revolution will drop down to 7th. Be the first loss of the season for the Revs. Wanting a foul there was Dalton, not going to get it. Hear some of the fans dissent on that decision. That pass a little off the mark, but it's going to be a throw. Palencia was trying to get that ball over to Corona, and unfortunately didn't get it right, but he does earn the throw. Waiting for another Voigt ball to be able to get back underway here in the 88th minute. Back underway. Valencia able to get it over to Corona. Corona trying to find a path through the two men, able to do so. Dixon cannot control that pass. Still in possession of the Revs. Slotted through into the box, pushed away by Dalton United. Van de Essen holds it up, lays it off to Kazoo, and he just gets pushed over by Palencia to earn an easy foul. Felt the man coming on and just held up, went over. Dalton United. That ball's going to knock out for a throw. Be a throw for Dalton. Substitutes for Dalton United. End of the day for number 12, David. And Kazu, number 15. Georgia Revolution still have possession. 91st minute. Need to find something. Fourth official came over to tell both teams how much stoppage time there was, but didn't use the board, so I can't see how many minutes there are. I assume it's probably going to be at least what we saw in the first half. At least 3 to 4 minutes. Switching play, Palencia. One moment. Georgia Revolution were in the lead for most of the first half. It wasn't until stoppage time that the Rebs, or that Dalton United were able to tie it up from Hernan Saldana's header from that corner. And they have not been able to. Captain is stepping off the pitch for Dalton. Those 2 goals from Dalton United in the second half have been the difference. Coach Gonzalez getting Dalton United back on track. Working down the near channel, slotted across. What a save from Mendez. Saving by all means necessary, as that wasn't the most graceful. But between Mendez and the defender, they're able to clear that ball out. Here comes a long throw from the Revs. Headed, still finding its way, and Mendez comes away with it. He clears it quickly. Revs not giving up here in the 94th minute. Another good ball across, and Mendez having to come out and is absolutely taken down, and he's going to be called for a penalty. A penalty is called for Georgia Revolution by the foul that Mendez completes. Take a look at this again. A reprieve for the Revs here in the 94th minute as this ball working down the near side here. A great ball into the box, and he just comes through the Georgia Revolution man and is called for the foul in the box. And it's going to be Green that is coming up to take it. I believe it was Green who was the man that was fouled. An interesting decision by the center official there as the goalie was coming out to clear that ball and kind of went over the top of the Georgia Revolution man, but they get a penalty. They could get back in this match and make it very interesting for the remainder of this match. We're 95 minutes in. And easily pushes it past the keeper. Mendez is going to grab it. He doesn't want Green to have any chance to grab that ball and get it back to the spot. See, calm as you would like it with Green. Sends Mendez the other way as he just takes a run up. Hits it with his left. It's now 3-2. Be interesting to see how much time will be left. Deflected. Revs trying to get that late equalizer. Center official not looking to his whistle yet. He's looking at the clock. He's looking at his watch. He's allowing the Revs to attack. I don't think he's going to give them much as they're going back. And that is it. He let them have the attack, but they weren't able to. Tried to go back, and he calls it for full time. We end up here at Dalton High School. Dalton United 3, Georgia Revolution 2. Got very, very interesting there at the end as a penalty is called in the 94th minute, converted by Green. 2 red cards issued in the second half, 1 for each side. Again, that'll give the opportunity for Dalton United to temporarily move to 4th place. Georgia Revolution will drop down to 7th, their first loss of the season. That's a win that Dalton United needed. That'll do it for us today. We'll take a look at the fixtures before we step away. See here in week 5, this match ends 3-2. Tomorrow, 4 matches. Potros FC and Albion SC Atlanta start at 2. UMA FC and Fountain City FC is at 4. We will bring you North Georgia United taking on FC Columbus Elite over at Riverbend Park at 5. And then at 6 o'clock over at Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama, FC Birmingham taking on Kalanji Pro Profile. That will wrap up week 5. Week 6, FC Birmingham will take on Fountain City FC at 5. Dalton United will be back here at home against Pachuca, Georgia. North Georgia United will take on this same Georgia Revolution at 7 over at Riverbend Park. So 2 weekends in a row for Georgia Revolution up here in the Dalton region. Next Sunday, UMA FC will take on Lamino, Georgia, down in Seal, Alabama, and we'll bring you the doubleheader. SSL FC taking on Potros FC and Kalanji Pro Profile taking on Albion SC Atlanta. Well, that'll wrap it up for us here at ASMG TV. I've been Larry Weaver, Andre Bomar on the camera. Thank you so much for watching here. Don't forget to like and subscribe as you will see highlights, interviews, podcasts, and all that fun stuff on our channel. And until then, we will see you tomorrow from North Georgia at Riverbend Park. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time here on ASMG TV.
This has been a presentation of the UPSL. Any use of this broadcast without the written consent of the Atlantic Soccer Media Group is prohibited.